Welcome back. Today I am joined by Bunny Carpenter on behalf of GRF. Well, hi Bunny, it's been a while.
Yes, it has, and thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome, and you look lovely. Have you done something different to your hair?
Do you want to know my secrets?
Well, if you're going to tell me, you're going to be telling the whole village. No, you can keep your secrets, but you look lovely. I like your hair.
Okay, thank you.
So, you've got a couple different things to talk about on behalf of GRF, so I'm going to let you just jump right in. It looks like you want to start with bylaws.
Yes, I do. So the biggest change in GRF this last month is the GRF bylaws. And this effort took almost a year. We had to collaborate with each board and the legal counsel and with all the proposed changes. So this actually started years ago, okay? But this year we were able to start with a presentation by Jeff Bowman that discussed the trust and the meaning of the trust. And then we went forward with having an ad hoc committee to go over the changes for the GRF. And the main purpose was to make sure that we clarified 2.1.4. And if everyone wants to understand what that really is, it just means that any projects that are over 500,000, not maintenance projects, but major projects over 500,000, the corporate members have to approve. So it actually has been a controversy between the boards and GRF for many years. And there always was a clash as far as the interpretation, okay? So the boards, were able to, they even tried to do a resolution at one time. I think that was a couple of years ago. And all the lawyers negotiated it, and they came up with a whole bunch of different, definitions, and it fell flat on its face. Okay. So I can tell you why it was very, very confusing and complex.
Sure.
So anyway, the biggest clash, this year that the residents can remember is a PAC. Okay. So all the changes and upgrades to the multi-million-dollar project interpreted by the GRF lawyer at that time, that did not require corporate member approval because he classified it as a maintenance project. So the board members that fought for the PAC as a maintenance project ended up resigning from the GRF board.
I see.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and I think everybody knows what happened after that. I mean, we're still working on the project. Maintenance and construction is. Yeah. And they've saved millions of dollars, based upon this change. But the ad hoc committee, was able to clarify the 2.1.4 to the satisfaction of all the boards.
Right.
And with the assistance of legal counsel, so that the boards are all on the same page going forward.
Right.
This deserves a big celebration.
Absolutely. Based on the information you're giving me, and over the last several years, man, to get all those people together to agree on something is quite a coup.
Yes. But I think we fought over it long enough, that we needed to come to some agreement among all the boards,
Right.
So another important provision is that the GRF board will now consist of 3 delegate directors, 1 from each mutual, and 8 elected by the corporate members. And the reason for this, it was a request by the corporate members because they wanted equal representation on GRF board. Sure. And in the past, it was always the majority of third applicants, and very, very few, applicants from Mutual 50, although GRF does have the pleasure of having 1 Mutual 50 direct representative from Mutual 50 at this point in time.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, if when a vacancy comes up, then the board will select a representative, a delegate. And if they're not able to choose a delegate or find someone that wants to run, then the corporate members will step in and they will fill that vacancy. I think it's going to work out very well. You know, I was dubious at first, but I think it's really going to work out very well.
Good.
So, and I think at this next election, we have one united person that's coming off the board, and it will probably be a united delegate that will be chosen. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that all sounds fair.
Yes, yes, we want equal representation. We've always wanted equal representation, but it just really depends on the people that are willing to run.
Exactly. Exactly.
So one of the provisions that I'm really excited about is the committees. So in the past GRF bylaws, a director from GRF was not able to be part of a committee that was headed by another mutual, a mutual, okay? And so we changed all that. We have standing committees as usual, but when it comes to other committees like ad hoc, advisory, study, you know, whatever you want to call them, you know, there's that flexibility, and it's really, you know, advised by the chair of that particular committee, and then it's approved by the board. But this flexibility changes a lot of things. I know the community has seen a lot of ad hoc committees, you know, by United and Third, and so we're working together, and that has been an effort that we wanted to do, you know, so that our boards are working together.
Well, streamlining your processes is a great idea too. And then, like you said, if it's across the board, then you have some sort of standardization.
Yes, you know, GRF has always had mutual representation, okay? But what this does is it doesn't limit it to only 2 people from each board. You can have many more representatives on a you know, an ad hoc committee. It's all those who are interested, basically. Not too many, but you know, it's and a perfect example of that is we have an ad hoc committee, the insurance ad hoc committee that Sue Margolis is leading, and the software that she started. That eventually, when we come to a conclusion, is what kind of software that we want to incorporate. You know, GRF and the software committee will work together, you know, to get that implemented.
Right. Okay.
So the other thing that I think is really important for the residents to know is that we signed, we bound, that's the right word, we bound a $5 million insurance policy for cyber insurance.
Wow.
And yes. And this $5 million insurance coverage should cover us for at least 2 events. And I think everybody knows the trend. I mean, we've been reading a lot about it, you know, in the papers lately. It isn't just, you know, here. It's all over the United States. And so I just want everybody to rest assured we are covered now. Yes, go on.
Oh, it's a shame that we have to think that way because we don't want to think that way. But in all honesty, like you're saying, we have no choice. I mean, we've had an incident, and like you said, other cities have had incidences, and corporations. These hackers are getting good.
You know, they're always going to be one step up, you know, ahead of us. We know that. We just have to be really prepared. Right. In every way that we possibly can. And I really have to tell you that staff and has really made an effort to let the boards know just exactly what they were doing. The experts that they called in, you know, to help, you know, get us up again. And we really have to compliment compliment them on what they've done, you know, to resolve this problem. I mean, everybody was inconvenienced for quite some time. I don't think we'll be done with this until the end of February, you know, to get everything the way it should be.
Right.
But they did an excellent job.
Oh yeah.
I really have to say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're very thrilled with having accessibility again to our files, and you know, it's great. Not all was lost. At least we got most of it back, and that is really key for the majority of us, because if we had to re-enter all that information, that would not be easy.
No, 50 years, can you imagine? 50 years resolution.
Here. That would be awful.
It was hard. Yeah, it was hard enough that when they made that transition, you know, from PCM to VMS, let me tell you, just to find the resolutions at that point in time, how are we supposed to proceed here?
Yeah, no, that would be tough for sure. Absolutely.
So I don't know, Lisa, do you have any more questions for me? Any questions?
Yeah, I do, because you know, big things have been happening here in the village regarding vaccination. It's been great.
Oh, I you know, I was so proud that GRF could be a part of that. We basically signed the agreement, you know, so that Memorial Care could come to our village and provide these vaccinations. Yeah. You know, I can gloat, you know, about this with my friends that live in other villages, you know, other 55 plus communities that did not have the privilege, you know, of being able to be there. I can tell you that Jeff is, the last time I talked to him, Jeff Parker basically said that he was working on a program so that they could pick up these people in the village, or at least go to their home, the ones that are not able to, you know, come to Clubhouse 7. Mm-hmm. And he's also working on a portal.
Yep.
And it hasn't been established yet, but a lot of people think, oh, wow, I got to, you know, it's supposed to be established, and I've looked everywhere and I can't find it. It's not established yet, but they're working on it. And communications will let everybody know when they will be able to access that portal and find out what their appointment is.
Yes, the portal will be wonderful. And, you know, that does have a lot of parts to it in terms of, you know, it has to go to the resident. It has to go, there's a lot of different places it needs to draw from. And that's not an easy software situation. So I'm happy they are working on it, like you said, and we should have it soon. It just, like you said, these things take time. So everybody be patient. As we have told them many, many times, we have to be very patient. Just like we've been patient with the actual virus, we now have to be patient with the actual vaccine. So, but all is good. We've administered so many. So thank you for your part in that, and everybody's part in it. It's really wonderful to have here for the village.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll be right back after this.
Bye.